The Encyclosphere. Behind the scenes, articles are saved in the form of what are called Zwie files. A Zwie file is a standardized file format. It's actually just a kind of zip archive with its content taken, or scraped, from a free article on an encyclopedia website. The software that takes an ordinary encyclopedia web page and converts it into a Zwie file is called Zwie Builder. We've also written some desktop software for exploring and editing Zwie files called Zwie Editor. That's what you're looking at right now. Within the Zwie file, there is a self-contained HTML copy of the article with some basic styling. We think it's pretty cool, even if it is of interest mainly to programmers. What is important is what programmers can do with all this structured information. The images and styling data can be found in the Data folder within the Zwie archive. Some of the styling you saw in that HTML file, such as tables, are drawn from the original source page, and some is generated automatically by Zwie Builder for a little uniformity. For purposes of indexing the text, we have a plain text version of the article too. For articles that started life on wiki pages, we download and save a copy of the original wiki markup. A more lightweight version of the Zwie format is used to index proprietary articles, like those behind paywalls, which cannot be legally shared. Even about those articles, we can still save some useful data, called metadata. We use the JSON data format for this. This has the most basic information you need to include the article in a search engine, things like a title, description, language, time last modified, and source URL. These files would include not the article text, but just a list of what are called significant phrases drawn from the article. A search engine can then index paywalled articles using those phrases. With a standard format, it's easy to make a search engine that indexes a whole lot of articles, some free and some proprietary. I said that there were a whole lot of articles with Zwie files, but presently there are a limited number of articles indexed, about 80,000. We will be generating a lot more Zwie files, not tens of thousands, but millions, from all the encyclopedias in the world. How? Well, we've written another script called Encyclocrawler, and we've actually crawled a few whole encyclopedias. Crawling simply means that we systematically visit and store the content of an entire website. Encyclocrawler goes through a whole encyclopedia and stores it entirely in the form of Zwie files. We have done that with a few encyclopedias, and the results can be found in both a new beta version of EncycloSearch, and the articles can be opened and read within EncycloReader as well. I've gone into some detail about this, not to try to intimidate you with technical jargon, but to demonstrate what is under the hood, a standard format for encyclopedia articles, the Zwie format. This is still under active development. To summarize what we have done so far. First, with the Zwie file format, we are introducing and developing a standard that can represent all the world's encyclopedia articles. The Zwie file format does for encyclopedias what the RSS blogging standard did for news and blogs. Second, with a crawler and other tools, we have started converting actual articles and whole encyclopedias into individual Zwie files and whole collections of Zwie files. Third, we have built encyclopedia search engines that quickly search through those collections. So, what are the next steps? First, we will work with publishers to give them new tools to save their articles in the Zwie format. If an article changes, these tools will insert the new version into a record of changes, then immediately push the resulting updated Zwie files to the network for anyone to use. The Zwie file format works unobtrusively with all existing publishing systems. This will not require the publishers to change their publishing systems, editorial standards, or styling in any way. Second, All collected encyclopedic data, as well as the software needed to build encyclopedia search engines and readers, will be constantly updated, exchanged, and made publicly available. When this happens, the KSF will stop running its own search engines and readers, but we will continue to support the software that others may install and use for this purpose. Within the next year or two, you'll be able to instantly search through all the English encyclopedias in the world, with other languages soon to follow. The latest versions of all the free articles and the latest metadata about paywalled articles will be displayed instantly. Anyone will be able to write apps based on this data. The world will not be limited to using Wikipedia as their only encyclopedic source. We will have a giant network of encyclopedias, all linked by a common data standard. We expect many kinds of publishers will use the network, including academics, individual developers, giant corporations, little startups, government agencies, and on and on. It will be a free and open network of knowledge. If you stop and think about it, the content of the network we're calling the Encyclosphere has always been available to us. The Knowledge Standards Foundation is simply collecting all that data and making it readily available to the world. It is an open content network. Think of all three words. This is a very powerful concept. The blogosphere pioneered the concept of shareable content within an open body of uniformly defined standards. Blog aggregators collect and make news feeds and blog feeds available to writers, web designers, and developers. It has become an essential part of how news and opinion are delivered today. Well, why haven't we done that with other categories of content? It's a good idea. It's an obvious idea. It's what we should be doing, not just with news and blogs, but also encyclopedias, and social media and videos, and no doubt other categories of content as well. We need to build the next internet around new decentralized content networks. And when I say decentralized, please don't think cryptocurrency. Decentralization is much older than crypto. The blogosphere did not need crypto or blockchains to make a decentralized network of this sort. All we need is tried and true technology